watched Monday Night Raw last night and this morning. The show fucking sucked. Ladies and gentlemen, again, the show fucking sucked. The show was garbage. The show was terrible. The show sucked just like it did last Monday Night Raw. When I did my Monday Night review. When I watched Monday Night Raw and did my Monday Night Raw review. Yeah. This week's Raw was worse than last week's Raw. Folks, this is the 4th week in a row. The 4th fucking week in a row that Monday Night Raw sucked. This is the 4th fucking week in a row that Monday Night Raw is doing terrible. Folks, how in the fuck is WWE TV? How the fuck is WWE creatives? How is all these people in WWE are going to fix this Monday Night Raw ratings? How are they going to do it? How are they going to do it? They need to fucking do right is how they need to do it. But apparently, they're not doing right. And apparently, I got people mowing the grass when I'm doing my live stream. Again, my review. This is the second time I've been hearing somebody doing that. I can tell you right now, I do not like being disrespected. Especially when somebody is doing something outside in the middle of my review. I don't like being fucking disrespected. And that is one thing I have been lately. That is one thing that somebody has been lately. Disrespected. Especially if I hear a noise and I'm trying to do something. That's disrespectful. People need to tone their crap down. Anyways, yeah, I watched the show last night. The show sucked. And, folks, the show sucked for 2 reasons. Number one, they're putting 2 superstars in squash matches. Why are we getting squash matches? That's one reason why the show sucked. Number two, the main factor is of why the show sucked is because of the fact that Jinder Mahal has returned. Jinder Mahal is returned. And now, Jinder Mahal's return is going to ruin the fucking show forever now. Jinder Mahal's return is going to ruin Monday Night Raw. It's going to ruin the show. Let me tell you why. Let me give you a specific reason. Jinder Mahal was one of the reasons why SmackDown Live ratings were low. Jinder Mahal was one of the reasons why the title was not in a good position like it was. Jinder Mahal was one of the reasons why other talent backstage wasn't given opportunities. Oh, and Jinder Mahal was one of the reasons why SmackDown Live shows had fucking sucked for years. Because of that guy. Now, it seems like WWE is giving him yet another push like they did with him on SmackDown Live years ago. They're probably going to put him in the title picture. They're going to put him against Drew McIntyre for WWE Championship. I hope that doesn't fucking happen, because if it does, the ratings are going to go down even fucking worse. Even more. Even more so than what it did last week. Folks, we do not need a Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre. We don't need it. WWE just needs to build him up for something else. Or you know what? Just fucking forget the fucking guy. Build him up, or fucking release him from WWE. Like, seriously. Why are we even seeing Jinder Mahal on TV? Nobody gives a fuck about this guy. Let alone, not even JD from his podcast gives a fuck about this guy. No one gives a fuck about Jinder Mahal. Neither do I. I don't want to fucking see him on television. Take him off. He's going to ruin the fucking Raw ratings. He's going to ruin the fucking talent that deserves opportunity more than he does. Let's be honest. I think without Jinder, I think Raw rather do good without Jinder Mahal. I'm just saying. I think Raw rather just go without Jinder Mahal. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brennan Ingram here. I'm Brennan Ingram here, back with another live stream. This is your April the 7th, 2020, Monday Night Raw review. Well, so before I get started, I was going to say something. The show fucking sucked because of Jinder Mahal's return and the squash match that Bobby Lashley was given. And the fucking, let's see what else. There was other matches on the card that we didn't want to see. Well, obviously, Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan, obviously they're doing that match to build up Liv Morgan. They're giving her a push. They might be giving her a title opportunity. They might be putting Liv Morgan in the title picture. So, Becky Lynch's next opponent might be Liv Morgan. And I'm thinking that's why WWE keeps putting her in matches with Ruby Riott. They might be building Liv Morgan up. That's why they're feuding. That's why they're continuing this Ruby Riott Liv Morgan feud, because I think they might be building up Liv Morgan for something. I don't know. Building her up for a new character to go for Friday Night SmackDown, or maybe just putting her in the title picture. Anyways, before I get started this review, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and turn on those notifications so you won't miss the reviews I do every week. The Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown NXT reviews I do every week on my channel. Turn on that bell for those notifications. Important. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, even though I don't do much on Twitch. Like my Facebook page that I created, that I'm boosting up. I still haven't done it yet, but I'm still gonna do it whenever I have a lot of money saved up. And let me tell you why I'm boosting it up. I want to boost it up to get a lot of views, my page, so people can start paying attention to my YouTube channel, so I can get more subscribers that way. People from Facebook, I can get subscribers from people from Facebook, Twitter, even people from Instagram. Anyways, Instagram that are WWE fans. Anyways, yeah, follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitch, even though I don't do much on there, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So folks, let's get started with this review. So, this week's Raw opens with MVP in the VIP lounge. Guys, folks, why is WWE still continuing to put MVP on Monday Night Raw shows? Why? We do not fucking want to see MVP on the show. Like, dude, fuck off MVP. Like, literally, we do not want to see you on the show, dude. They're starting off with a VIP lounge. Why? Like, who needs MVP on the show? We don't want to see MVP on the show. Take him off the show. Retire the fucking man, for fuck's sakes. They need to be building him up for his last match so he can stop showing up on the Monday Night Raw show, period. Or just fucking release the guy. Take him off his contract or something. We don't want to fucking see this guy. Like, seriously. Not to mention, given the fact that his son's favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio and not his own father. That's funny. Man, JD totally killed that on his podcast. I remember that podcast I watched. He totally killed it. And I hope to God that JD said something bad on his podcast about MVP. I'm gonna watch his after this. I'm gonna watch my buddy JD from NY's podcast. I'm going to see what he says about Monday Night Raw, what he thinks. He probably agrees with the same thing I said. But, and if you guys want to watch his Monday Night Raw podcast, his podcast is up on his YouTube channel. It's up on his Twitter account. He has it posted on his Twitter account too, so be sure you give him, like and subscribe to his channel, and retweet his podcast, his Monday Night Raw review on his podcast off the script. Anyways, so yeah, this week's Raw opens up with MVP in the VIP lounge. MVP welcomes us to the show. Man, MVP can go suck a fucking dick. Honestly, I don't fucking care about this guy. I don't care for this guy. Anyways, MVP welcomes us to the show, and the only nightclub that is still open, the VIP lounge. He says his guests tonight are the men in the most unique Money in the Bank ladder match. MVP introduces the legendary Rey Mysterio, followed by Aleister Black and Apollo Cruz. Which, let me remind you, Rey Mysterio, a former World Heavyweight Champion, for fuck's sakes. Former United States Champion. Heck, he might be former Intercontinental Champion too. If they could put him as Universal Champion, they need to get him a short run as Universal Champion, so that way he'll be a former Universal Champion once he drops the title. Followed by Aleister Black, a former NXT Champion. Remember, his reign as the NXT Champion, his reign was successful, even though he lost the title to, I forgot, I don't know who he lost the title to. I think it was Drew McIntyre. And Apollo Cruz, a future champion. He will be, no doubt, a future champion. I don't know if they're gonna continue to push Apollo Cruz when he comes back from injury. And yeah, Apollo Cruz has suffered a knee injury. We don't know when he's gonna be back yet. Actually, at the end, I'm gonna look up information on Apollo Cruz and when he's gonna be back from his knee injury. He suffered a knee injury, I think, against Andrade, if I'm mistakenly wrong. I think he did. Yeah. So, the Money in the Bank competitors sat on the couches in the ring. MVP asks Rey what it means to be Mr. Money in the Bank. But before Rey can answer, MVP says he already knows it's a chance for Rey to cement his legacy. What I'm trying to say. He then says for Black, it means a chance to catapult his star even higher. And for Cruz, well, he's mean enough to admit Cruz beat him. Cruz goes to speak, but is interrupted by Zelina Vega and her crew. Honestly, I wasn't going to do this Monday Night Raw review because the show fucking sucked last night. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it for you guys so you guys can get a feel and detail on so I can give you guys the detail on and everything on what happened with Raw last night. I did this for you guys. And I did this to get views as well. But I'm actually doing this for people who don't get to watch Monday Night Raw last night. You know that. I've said this probably about 20 times on a lot of my Raw reviews. I think you all should already know this by now. And I think you should. And I think you do. Personally. You should. And you do. So there you go. Anyways. Vega says nobody cares what Apollo has to say. But the one thing the WWE Universe can't get enough of is Andrade. And that's probably one thing WWE Universe can't get enough of. If the WWE Universe was there, they'd probably boom. Angel Garza and Austin Theory, she says, those three men are the future of Monday Night Raw. And the three in the ring can't measure up. She says the future the men in the ring represent is a bleak one. One where the briefcase winds up on SmackDown. They make their way into the VIP lounge, and Vega says they can do what is best for Raw and allow her men to take their places. MVP starts talking, but Rey grabs the mic and It says Vega is crazy for thinking they'd give their spot up. He says he gets the feeling they come to pick a fight. Then all hell breaks loose, and the babyfaces quickly clear the ring. We can expect a 6-man tag match. Commercial break. Back from commercial break. Bell rings. We return. They return from break, and they're kicking things off with Garza and Black. Garza and Black. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Garza and Black. Garza extends a hand, but Black takes him down and grinds him with a submission. Garza fights to his feet and takes a wrist behind the back, but Black picks his leg and cranks his knee. Initially, I was thinking that it was going to start off with Black and Austin Theory, but come to find out, I was wrong. Anyways, Garza turns the tables and kicks the leg of Black before uploading some ground and pound. Black clocks with him with an up kick, then hits a hip toss. Black trips Garza with a roll, then attempts a pin to no avail. Cruz tags in, so does Theory, who gets dropped instantly with a shoulder. Cruz hits a stalling vertical suplex. Theory whips Cruz to the corner, but Apollo flips him. Oh! And hits a drop kick and a hip toss to a wrist lock. And Rey Mysterio tags in and beats Theory in the corner, and followed by a Hurricane Rana into a buckles. Then Theory drops Rey with a knee and tags in Garza. The way I said it's funny. I was like, Garza. I sound like a fucking goat that has no fucking voice or throat. Anyways. Rey ducks them both and catches both with a Hurricane Rana into the middle rope. He looks to hit 619, but Andrade tags himself in and attacks Rey. Mysterio counters Andrade, knocking him into position, but Theory and Garza pull him from the ring. Cruz and Black run in and hit dives. Why don't they just say they hit senton dives? I mean, they both hit a senton, you know. I mean, instead of saying they hit dives. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. So they hit dives to all three on the outside. As we head to the break. Yep, that's the second commercial break in a row they've already done. I'm getting tired of WWE doing these commercial breaks. I'm just getting sick and tired of it. Why don't they just show the full freaking matches instead of putting them on commercial break? I mean, what do they do when they're on commercial break? The match continues, right? Yes. So, Back Live and Theory has Black in a sleeper hold. I mean, you gotta have commercial breaks, though. I understand you got at least have one or two, not 3, 4. Or at least have 1 or 2 or 3, maybe, not 4. But, anyways, they were back live from commercial break, and Theory hits Black in a sleeper hold. Black fights up, but gets clubbed back down. Theory kicks the back and applies a near chin lock. Theory gets Black up in a torture rack and throws him off into the buckles. followed by a back suplex. The heels make use of quick tags to keep Black isolated. Finally, Black is able to drop Theory with a hug chest kick and tag Ray, who comes in against Andrade and hits a torture wheel head scissors. Ray runs but gets tossed to the apron, only to hit a seated senton springboard, followed by a kick to the head for a 2 count. Mysterio hits the ropes but gets countered with a wheelbarrow facebuster. Ray counters Andrade and the now legal Garza to send the former Cruiserweight champion from the ring with a Hurricane Rana. Garza knees Ray in the face and rips his pants off. Then slides him chest first out of the ring to the floor. Yes, I said the floor. Yes, you noticed I said the floor. Yes, I did. So not only did he do that, also, it went on commercial break again, too. So back live, and Ray is being beaten down by Andrade. Austin tags in and hits a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Then tags Andrade back into the fold. And Ray hits a springboard torture wheel, a DDT, to create some distance. Tags made to Apollo and Theory. Cruz hits some lariats, then slams Theory into the quarter. Lifts him and run him to the opposite corner. Apollo catches the incoming Garza with a spine buster, then hits a high angle power slam to Theory, but Andrade breaks up the pinfall. Austin hits a brain buster for a near fall. Then Andrade blind tags in. Andrade pulls the top rope down, and Cruz goes flying to the floor. Everyone runs in and hits some moves until we're left with Andrade and Cruz. Andrade ducks Apollo. It hits a discus elbow for a near fall. Andrade looks for the Hammerlock DDT, while Andrade counters with the sit-out powerbomb. So Apollo Cruz basically hits Andrade with a sit-out powerbomb for the win. There you go. So they show us a look at the Triple H 25-year celebration with the formation of D-Generation X. They showed that last Friday Night SmackDown. They showed that last Friday on last Friday Night SmackDown. But ladies and gentlemen, as far as Triple H goes, Triple H is 25. The next 25 years is going to be the most important year of Triple H's life and career. There you go. Anyways, we get to another video of a Triple H moment, and it's his match against Sting at WrestleMania. It seems we're going to get 10 videos of the King throughout the night. Last night we did. I think we did get 10 videos last night because I watched it. I watched it this morning. Obviously, they didn't really show it on their WWE YouTube channel, obviously. So we see Andrade and Zelina arguing backstage. Then Charlie asks him what happened. He speaks in Spanish for the most part, but it seems he said none of the babyfaces could beat him in a United States title match. Apollo appears and says he could do it again tonight. Andrade comes back and shoves him, saying he could challenge him anytime. Apollo slaps Andrade. Vega gets in his face, asking if he thinks he's a big shot, to which he says yes. Vega says he can have his title shot tonight. A highlight package. So after that backstage interview and all that stuff, so we got what you call it, a highlight package of the bargaining Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre feud airs. They will sign a contract for their showdown later tonight, it said, which they did. And I'll hopefully that's at the end. I'll be reading that at the end, hopefully. The eighth highlight from Triple H's career is shown, but this time it's Triple H versus The Rock in the main event of the first SmackDown, where HHH retained the title. Yeah, they showed that last night on Raw too. So it went on commercial break. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it went on commercial break, just as I said. So then, it did go on commercial break. Hold on, I'm trying to pull this article. I'm trying to pull my article back up. There we go. So, the seventh highlight. So when it went on commercial break, the seventh highlight of Triple H airs, and it's when he tried to teach Trish Stratus how to angle pick while being held from behind by Stephanie McMahon, barged in and lost her mind. Asuka comes to the ring and cuts a promo in which she blames Nia Jax for hurting Kyrie and says it's been 2 whole years since she beat Nia Jax. Before the match can begin, Baszler pulls Asuka from the ring and beat her down. While staring at Jax, Jax comes out and grabs Asuka, but gets kicked in the head. Baszler then grabs a ladder and sets it against the steps, but Asuka tosses her into it. Asuka puts Shayna in the ring, but Jax flatters her before tossing a ladder into the ring. Jax takes out both women with the ladder and holds it above her head to end the segment. The match took place, so I thought the match was going to be tonight, but the match turns out triple threat match is going to be at Money in the Bank. So we went on commercial break. They see Bobby Lashley and Lana backstage. He tells her he wants her to stay backstage because she's a distraction. She gets mad, but he says it's because she's too beautiful. Now, back to Nia Jax. Speaking of Nia Jax, people are still having a problem with her winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. I just personally want to say, just pray and hope she doesn't. That's all I got to say to you people who are not fans of Nia Jax. Just pray and hope she does it. Anyways. So, it was Bobby Lashley with Lana versus Denzel the Journey. Lana was actually backstage. She wasn't really ringside. So I don't know why it says Bobby with Lana. Lana wasn't even ringside. It was in backstage. This is ringsidenews.com. This is what they wrote on their article. So the match gets underway and Denzel ducks Lashley. Then takes his back, but Lashley turns it around and hits an overhead belly to belly. Lashley angle picks Denzel and slaps his face. Denzel ducks Lashley and slaps him back, but that makes the Almighty mad. Lashley clubs him down, then hits a release suplex. Lashley lifts Denzel and drops him, followed by a spear for the win. Dude, that squash match was the most terrible squash match I've ever seen. Dude, that was not a good squash match. That squash match fucking sucked. I didn't like it. That squash match between Bobby Lashley and Denzel, that squash match sucked. You know, and those of you who know Denzel, he's from NXT. He's one of the NXT Performance Center recruits. Anyways, yeah, that squash match fucking sucked. So, just like the next match I'm about to tell you about after I read the match between Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, we take a look back at last week when Liv Morgan beat Ruby Riott. They'll be going at it again after the break, and I'll actually be doing this match in a video clip on WWE 2K20 because I'm actually going to be downloading Ruby Riott's new character today, or maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, or today. Might be today actually, because I did download Candice LeRae's heel character, but I'm gonna be downloading Ruby Riott's new character. Anyways. Commercial break, they take a look at the newest WWE video game, Battlegrounds. Man, first of all, who fucking asked for this game? Nobody fucking asked for this fucking game. So last year, WWE 2K20 was so bad that 2K21 was canceled. But this is a new, stylish game, akin to WWE All-Stars from 2011. The game launches this fall. That game, I can tell you right now, that game already sucks. Looked at the trailer, watched the trailer, that game's fucking terrible. Nobody asked for a fucking WWE 2K Battlegrounds game. Who wants to really fucking buy that game? I encourage you all not to buy that fucking game. I can tell you right now, it already fucking sucks from what I've been seeing. From what I'm seeing in my own eyes, that game, from what I see, as far as the characters on the game, as far as the game itself, from what I'm seeing, the fucking game sucks. Don't buy it. I encourage you all not to buy it. Don't fucking buy it. I'm telling you right now, I'm warning you, don't buy it. Anyways, here's what happened with the match between Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. So, the match begins with a lockup, and Ruby forces Liv to the corner. Ruby trash talks and shoves Liv, but the blondie turns the tables and slams Ruby face first in the mat. Ruby ducks Liv and hits the Riott kick, but she kicks out. Riott can't believe it. Ruby talks trash and shoves Liv, who tries to punch her, but Ruby stomps her hand, just as last week. Ruby talks trash against the ropes. It runs, but gets caught with the rope-assisted flatliner, now called Oblivion. I don't know. Her new move is called Oblivion. Oblivion. I guess it's called Oblivion. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that name. I really don't. I don't really know how to pronounce that name, but I guess I'll be looking it up. Don't worry, we are actually going to look this up. So, we are going to look up this word and we're going to find out. I'm going to look up the English and Spanish thing. I'm going to look it up to see. Because I don't think I pronounced it right. I honestly don't think I pronounced it right. Honestly, really don't. Now, Oblivion. Oh. Now she calls her new move, her finisher. She calls her finisher the Oblivion. And Liv wins. So yeah, she got caught with a rope-assisted flatliner, now called Oblivion, and Liv wins. I had to look up English to Spanish translation to see what it was called in English, what the word was in English. Oblivion. And we know. I like how now here's one thing I do like on the show. One thing I do like on the show is the fact that they are continuing to push Liv Morgan. But what are they giving her a push for? There are two possibilities. Number one, she could be turning heel, going to Friday Night SmackDown turning heel. It could be building her up for a new character again. Number two, they could be building her up, could be putting her in the title picture, giving her an opportunity to challenge Becky Lynch for the WWE Raw Women's Champion. She could be in line for a title opportunity. Liv Morgan could be. Which I think WWE is going to screw up. Let's be honest. I hope they really don't screw Liv Morgan's title picture up. I hope they don't screw her title match up, because if they do, that's not going to look good for Liv Morgan. But anyways. Hey, it's Liv. It's a picture of Liv. Anyways, so we went to a commercial break. We get another highlight of the career of HHH. And this time, it's when he won the King of the Ring tournament. So then, Charlie Caruso interviews Ajax backstage. Oh, God. This is the woman that JD doesn't like, that encourages everybody to turn the channel and not look at. This guy is freaking funny. This guy is freaking funny how he said, I encourage you all to turn the fucking channel. And asks her about her actions tonight. Nia asks her what she, Asuka, Shayna, or anyone else can do about her actions. Then screams nothing at her and walks off. Oh yeah. Cheryl Nia is back. The Viking Raiders cut a promo backstage saying that the Street Profits are paper champions. They say they only won when they aren't around. And they better be ready because they want the smoke. That was a good backstage promo by the Viking Raiders. I didn't catch that. I forgot all about that. I watched the backstage promo by the Viking Raiders. I like the red. I liked the red that was on the background. I like how they showed the red on the background. I liked how the Viking Raiders cut the promo. They cut a very good promo on how they're going to win that title from the Street Profits and how they want the smoke. I like that promo. Very good promo. That was a very good promo by the Viking Raiders. But no offense, but even though that was a very good promo by the Viking Raiders, we've already seen the match between the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits. No one wants to see that match again. So that's all I got to say about that one. After the break, a former WWE champion will return to the ring. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go. We're about to get to it. Here we go. The guy that's going to ruin the fucking Monday Night Raw ratings. The guy that's going to ruin the Monday Night Raw ratings. The Monday Night Raw ratings is going to be even worse because of the return of the WWE champion last night, which was Jinder Mahal. So, commercial break. We're back with another of Triple H's greatest moments. And this time, it's when he and NXT invaded Raw and SmackDown last year. It was Akira Tozawa versus the man who's going to ruin the Monday Night Raw ratings forever. The WWE Champion, Jinder Mahal. The match gets underway. Not to mention he looks like a crocodile. Anyway, the match gets underway and Jinder slams Akira down face first. Jinder hits a backstage. He hits a back suplex. Excuse me, not backstage. I don't think nobody wished they were backstage. Especially after the Viking Raiders had cut that nice promo. You know what I'm saying? So, wouldn't want to be backstage with the Viking Raiders. That'd be a dangerous place to be at. I encourage you not to be backstage with the Viking Raiders, because those guys are two big men, 300 pounders right there. I wouldn't want to. Two 300 pounders. If I was you, I wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, the match gets underway, and Jinder Mahal slams Akira down face first. Jinder hits a back suplex. Mahal tosses Tozawa from the ring and slams him into the barricade. And the lead apron, I'm just playing. I did that to fucking mess with y'all. I said that wrong to mess with y'all. I'm just playing with y'all. The lead apron a few times. Back in the ring, and Mahal lifts Tozawa up for a Samoan drop. Mahal, that's the first time we ever seen Mahal hit a Samoan drop. Let's be honest. That is the very, very first time we seen Jinder Mahal hitting Samoan drop since his return. He must have got that from Ajax. Let's be honest. Ajax must have taught him that move. So, yeah. Lifts him up from Samoan drop. Mahal redeems himself before hitting the Colossus. So after Jinder Mahal's win, Caruso tries to interview Andrade and Vega backstage, but Vega shuts her down and says never to ask Andrade a question. Angel Garza appears and says she's very professional, but sometime he'd like to get better acquainted, and she agrees. He gives her a rose and walks off. So, commercial break again, and it's time for another of Triple H's greatest moments, and this time it's when he personified Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels did Shane. Let's be honest, we've already saw Triple H's greatest moments. I don't know why they're showing all that again. I mean, we know that Triple H has defined the odds in WWE. We know he's been in WWE for about 25 years. We know he's been in WWE for 25 years. We know that. You don't need to keep showing all that. I mean, I have respect for Triple H and what he has done for NXT. Without Triple H, there will be no NXT. I'll tell you that right now. There won't be no NXT without Triple H. And the next 25 years will be Triple H's most important year of his career and life. I just figured I'd repeat that for the last time. For those of you who didn't hear me say that. Anyways, so the United States Championship match. So, here is what happened with the United States Championship match. So there was an update on Apollo. Speaking of Andrade Cien Vega versus Apollo Cruz. There was an update on Apollo Cruz's injury. There's an injury update on Apollo Cruz. And I'm actually going to look up the update right now as I'm reading to you all what happened with this United States Championship matchup. So, the bell rings and they lock up with both men struggling for control. So they were struggling for control. Andrade forces Apollo to the corner. So once he forced Apollo to the corner, let me tell you what else happened. Once he forced Apollo to the corner, he clocks him with a right, and Andrade takes a headlock, but Cruz shoots him off and hits a big drop kick. So let me tell you what else happened. Then Andrade rose from the ring. He rose from the ring to regroup, but Apollo chases after him. Apollo slams Andrade into the ring apron and sends him back into the ring. So, once he sends him back to the ring, Apollo flips over Andrade, but gets dropped with a drop kick. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he actually literally got dropped with a drop kick. That drop kick was so hard that it kind of it hit him so hard that it might have injured his jaw. Andrade runs at Apollo in the corner, but nobody's home, and he flees over the ropes to the floor. So then, Cruz goes to the apron and looks for a moonsault, but nobody's home. And Andrade hits a clothesline as they head to commercial break. So back for commercial break, they're back live, and Andrade drop kicks Apollo out of the ring. Andrade targets Apollo's left leg and applies a single leg Boston Crab. Cruz reaches the ropes. I was actually in shock that he actually did reach the ropes when I saw it. Yep, he reached the ropes, but Andrade immediately slides out and starts attacking him on the apron. Andrade then looks for a running knees in the corner, but Cruz avoids it. It hits an angle slam. I guess that angle slam was an homage to Kurt Angle, to the Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. So Cruz uploads some right hands to Andrade, then hits a leverage and runs him into the buckles for some shoulder tackles. Cruz hits an overhead belly to belly Then a military press followed by a standing moonsault for a near fall. Andrade counters a suplex and hits a drop toe hold into the buckles, followed by a double knees for a near fall. Andrade goes for the discus clothesline, discus elbow, not discus clothesline, excuse me. So he goes for a discus elbow, but Cruz ducks it, and they trade shots. Excuse me for if I'm saying something wrong. You have to excuse me. Apollo throws Andrade up, but gets caught with a DDT and a near fall. Andrade lifts Cruz, looks for the hammerlock DDT, but Cruz counters, only to get rolled up for a 2 count. Apollo hits an enziguri followed by the high ankle power slam and near fall. Cruz heads to the top rope, but Andrade meets him there. Andrade looks for a suplex, but he gets headbutted off. Cruz leaps, but lands on his injured leg. Andrade looks to attack, but the referee forces him off. Referee calls for the bell. The winner, Andrade. Winner and still the United States champion, Andrade Cien. So, here was an update on Apollo Cruz's injury. So, according to Fox Sports, Apollo Cruz suffered a knee injury that left him unable to continue in his United States Championship match with Andrade on Raw. So, due to that injury, Cruz will no longer be able to compete in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match on Sunday, May 10th. Now, as far as Jinder Mahal, what's the Jinder Mahal plan? I really hope they do not fucking put him in that title picture. I really hope BenchReport.com doesn't say that he could be in for a fucking title opportunity. I really hope it doesn't say that. I'm going to be so gonna be so mad. And the storylines of Monday Night Raw are still bad. Even a feud with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre is bad. It's gotten bad. So, now as far as Jinder Mahal. So, Jinder Mahal returned to Raw on Monday for his first bout since going down with a knee injury in June last year. So, the announcers made sure to bill him as a former WWE champion multiple times. And he was booked into a squash match with Akira Tozawa. That match was the match was fucking terrible as fuck. That was a terrible start to Jinder Mahal's return. Absolutely terrible. The squash match sucked. Even the match with Bobby Lashley and Denzel sucked. That squash match sucked too. It looks like the modern day Maharaja may be in line for a new push. Oh my fucking god, I knew it. I knew it. Why are they giving this guy a push? Why? He is going to ruin the Monday Night Raw ratings. So he said his run with the WWE title in 2017 was met with a lot of criticism as the company took him from being the guy Robert Gronkowski tackled at WrestleMania 33 to a top contender in a matter of weeks. WWE takes the time to build him properly. There is no reason why Mahal can't be a top level heel on the Red brand. So, BenchReport.com says, then again, there's a possibility that management could give him a chance to work as a babyface. Other than a short period when 3MB was being cheered, Mahal has always been a bad guy in WWE. What the fuck? It would be interesting to see if he could get over as a heroic character. And it would be. Would be, but nobody cares about Jinder Mahal. Anyways, I don't even give a shit about Jinder Mahal. So, after Jinder Mahal's victory, after Andrade's victory over Apollo Cruz to retain the United States Championship, you see Street Profits backstage, and they say they were the ones putting in the hard work when the bad cosplaying Vikings were driving around like eating chicken legs. Dawkins says he's free next week, 4 degrees, and they say they could have smoke if they wanted. So they show us a lengthy look at Becky Lynch's journey to the women's champions at WrestleMania last year. She's the subject of a WWE 24 episode. So then this takes us to the match with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander versus Matt Martel and Chase Parker. So here's what happened with this tag team match last night. This was basically like a squash tag team match for Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. You know, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet. Matter of fact, let me pull these two up. Let me show you the Cedric Alexander and Ricochet that I'm talking about. We got Ricochet's this, Ricochet's that. Oh my god. When are they gonna Ricochet him? Jeez. When is Ricochet gonna Ricochet himself? That's just like on World of Tanks. They say the word Ricochet. Okay, anyways. That's what I was saying about this match. So, that's what I'm saying about what Cedric Alexander and Ricochet looks like. This Cedric Alexander is what I'm talking about. And the Ricochet that I am talking about is this one. Yeah, that Ricochet and that Cedric Alexander. So the match begins with Ricochet or Martel, but Cedric soon tags in and they hit a double team facebuster for a 2 count. Chase runs in and attacks the legal Ricochet. Then the NXT team makes quick tags to isolate Ricochet. Super kick for Ricochet and a tag made to Alexander, who makes a short work of Parker with drop kicks and a net breaker to both. Ricochet goes back with a shooting star press, but Martel breaks it up. Alexander is tossed from the ring. And Ricochet get rolled up, but he kicks out and drops Parker. Ricochet and Alexander hit their tag finish for the win. Chase Parker and Matt Martel in the tag team match. Chase Martel and Chase Parker looked like dummies in that tag team match. They looked like a bunch of fucking idiots. They literally looked like a bunch of idiots, literally. They look like a bunch of punks out there that can't fucking wrestle. Matt Martel and Chase Parker shouldn't even been in this match with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. WWE shouldn't even put them in a match. Basically, it was a squash tag team match for Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. The reason why they keep putting these two in tag matches is to build their tag team, is to build these two up as a tag team, and to come up with a tag team name, and to build them up for a title opportunity. If the Viking Raiders actually win the title from the Street Profits, which I don't really care to watch. I care about that match. I really don't care about watching that match because we've already seen that match. Why are they bringing up the Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits? Why are they doing this match 3-4 times. Why are they bringing this up for the third, fourth time in a row? Why? Nobody wants to see that match. We've already seen it. So Charlie tries to interview Apollo Cruz on crutches backstage, but he's emotional and hobbles off. For the second time tonight, we take a look at the feud between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which nobody gives a shit about. Fucking shit about. The feud that nobody gives a damn about, or gives a shit about. Their contract signing is up next. Seth Rollins doesn't even deserve a title opportunity after losing to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 36. And WWE just gonna give him the title opportunity to challenge Drew McIntyre? Why in the world are they building him back up? Why? Why are they putting him in the title picture? There is plenty of other talent on the roster, like Bobby Lashley, who deserves a title opportunity, for fuck's sakes. And I think they might be building up Bobby Lashley for a feud with Brock Lesnar after they end their divorce papers. From what I heard, there was a rumor speculating that Bobby Lashley and Lana are going to be breaking up on TV. They're going to be not going to be dating anymore. They're not. They're going to be filing divorces against each other. Divorce papers. They're going to be showing divorce papers. Rumors that they are breaking up on TV. Yeah. I don't even want to go any further to that because I really don't care about that. If it ain't got nothing to do with wrestling or tag team matching, I don't want to fucking hear it. Alright? If it ain't got nothing to do with tag team matching or feuds or good promos from heel characters, if it ain't got nothing to do with the show being awesome, the show being great, if it ain't got nothing to do with the ratings going up, I don't want to fucking hear it. Cut the bullshit. Make Raw a better show so the Raw ratings can go up. Just like Friday Night SmackDown needs to be doing. Same thing they need to do. Bring their ratings up too. So, and when the commercial break again, we'll take a final look at the career of Triple H, and this time it was his career-threatening injury, an incredible return 8 months after. Jerry Lawler is in the ring, and he reminds us of the rules of this year's unique Money in the Bank ladder match. Lawler then introduces a sharply Seth Rollins, followed by WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Alright, time to pull these freaking guys up again. These guys were up on my These guys were up on my last Monday Night Raw review. Again, these guys were on my screen for my last Monday Night Raw review. Sometimes I need to work on getting my words right a little tiny bit. If I can get my words right a little tiny bit, maybe I'll be a whole lot better with my reviews, but my content's pretty good, but my words, I kinda need to get some of my words right. If you know what I mean. Kinda need to get my words right. Get my sentences right too. I may stutter when I talk, but I'm doing one hell of a good job with my reviews. I may stutter and I may be autistic, but I'm doing one hell of a good job with my reviews, and I am positive that I'm doing one hell of a fucking good job with my reviews. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not stupid, you know. So anyways, McIntyre gets in the ring and says to Lawler that we know how these things go, so he should probably get out the ring. Lawler obligates, and Drew sits down and immediately signs the contract. Seth holds off on signing, says he doesn't want this. He never wanted this, but it has to happen. He says Drew is great, but will be an honorable champion someday. But he's not a leader, and the universe needs a leader. He says the universe need a guide, a shepherd, and he can be the light in the darkness. He suffered for that title that Drew McIntyre is holding, but he doesn't have it. He doesn't want Drew McIntyre to suffer for that title. It's his burden to bear. He doesn't want to be the one to crush Drew's dreams, but it's a sacrifice he's willing to make for the greater good. Seth says Drew is a smart man. One day he'll see that light, and when he does, he won't turn him away. Drew thanks him and says that was an enlightening and passionate speech. Things are clear to him now. Clear to everyone, Seth is full of shit. Seth is full of shit. WWE's full of shit for putting Seth Rollins in this title match in the fucking first place. So thank you, Drew, for clarifying to us and telling Seth that he's full of shit. Yeah, that's true. He is full of shit, especially given the fact that WWE put him in a title picture, giving him a title opportunity that he doesn't even fucking deserve. He lost to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 36. I repeated this, and I'm going to keep repeating it until WWE learns how to quit giving people that lose to people at WrestleMania title fucking opportunities. So, back to what I was reading. He asked Seth where his followers at. The fans and every single wrestler turned on him for a reason. He tells Rollins he won't let him win, but he does have some advice. First of all, stop talking. He says Seth should never speak on TV, backstage, online, or around his family because he has a tendency to stick his foot in his mouth and his head. Oh, his ass at the same time. He tells Seth to go for the throat next time. Rollins signs the contract, tells Drew to have faith, but he gets his head slammed into the desk. McIntyre tosses the table out of the ring, then hits a Glasgow kiss. Drew is about to hit a Claymore kick when Murphy attacks him from behind. Murphy beats Drew down in the corner, then helps Seth up. McIntyre runs and jumps for a Claymore, and Rollins, I gotta cut this. So Rollins signs the contract and tells Drew to have faith, but he gets his head slammed. Don't you just hate when fucking phone rings and somebody's interrupting you in the middle of a review? Anyways, Rollins signs the contract and tells Drew to have faith, but he gets his head slammed into the desk. McIntyre tosses the table out of the ring, then hits a Glasgow kiss. Drew is about to hit a Claymore kick when Murphy attacks him from behind. Murphy beats Drew down in the corner, then helps Seth up. But McIntyre runs and jumps for a Claymore, and Rollins dodges it. Meaning Drew hits Murphy, Seth retreats, and Drew grabs the contract and laughs at Seth, pointing at the sign. And this ends my April 7th, 27th, 2020 Monday Night Raw review. Ladies and gentlemen, this Monday night's Monday Night Raw was terrible. This week's Monday Night Raw fucking sucked. Terrible. Once again. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for fucking watching. Thanks for listening to my voice. Listening to me reviewing to you what all happened on Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, This is the end of my review. Thanks for watching. Come back and tune in on my NXT review that I will be doing tonight, immediately after NXT goes off air, after I watch NXT. Thanks. Goodbye. Peace. I am out. I'm gone. Oh, and make sure you keep your hands clean. Very important. Stay 6 feet away from the people that's ill and that's got the virus. Please fucking help the government out, because they are desperately asking people and advising people not to get on the beaches and stuff. Please help the government out. Please stay 6 feet away from these people. We need this virus to get gone. I mean, if there's not a vaccine, then the virus won't go. So I hope they create this vaccine so this virus can go away so we can all get back to normal. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful Tuesday.